Ma'am, it's a public office. Stop. Behave.
Don't. Excuse me?
You heard me. Stop. But state agencies can't exempt themselves.
I don't need you to tell me the policy, what I would like
Apparently
to do.
you do.
You don't need to talk to me.
I do.
Can you tell him not to talk to me?
You're a servant.
It's not illegal.
This is ridiculous. I'm supposed to work while he records me.
Well, it's a public area. There's nothing I can do about that.
So it's just random parachute in this morning?
Yeah.
Sweet. Did you do a halo jump?
Yeah.
Nice. How was it up at 40,000?
This is an open. This is an open.
He shouldn't be able to.
This is this is an open area.
You're a servant. And the whole idea here is that you serve the public, as you correctly said. If you actually had lawyers that could read and pass the bar, we'd probably not be in this position.
Well, here's the deal.
Okay, what's the deal?
You are talking down to me right now.
Hey everyone, I am free. It is June 23rd, 2026, and I'm in the city of Spokane. Here in Spokane County in the Communist Empire, Washington State, heading on over back to the Washington State Grain Commission. They did some naughty things last I was here, lied to the Spokane Police Department in an attempt to, I think, get me unlawfully arrested, and then as well to get me trespassed because I was asking for something that a state agency, in accordance with RCW 425670 subsection 5, must have on hand, immediately available for inspection upon demand, and they didn't. And I think the 3-day trespass that was issued,
all right, so right now I'll have to ask you to leave because you are trespassing, but you can come back on Monday,
was to basically give them cover to produce it. So we're coming back today, Tuesday, to see if there's any change to what's going on there, to try to hold the state agency to account. Hello, looking to get in and speak with the Grain Commission for a records request, please.
Yeah, let me get you in.
Thanks. All right, so as you can see, invited in once again. Now we'll see if this goes a little differently this time. Nope, that's not how that works. Hello, looking to inspect the records index.
Come on in.
Thanks.
The records index is not something that actually exists.
This is the proof that the Washington State Grain Commission knows it is out of compliance, but that they are actually lying about it. This image here confirms that the woman you see here in the video is the CEO of the Washington State Grain Commission. This is a screenshot from the website of the Grain Commission, of which she is the CEO, and it says right here, as you can see, that they shall have a public records index that is available to the public. Why then did she say that they do not have an index? Well, because they don't, and they tried to cover it up over the next 3 days to get one put together, and that's why they had me trespassed. They know they're out of compliance, but they're lying to you, the public, so that you cannot get the documents you are entitled to access.
The records index is not something that actually exists. The records index is not something that actually exists. The records index is not something that actually exists. If you have specific records that you would like to request, we would be very happy to do that.
You're a state agency, right?
Yeah.
You know you're supposed to have one?
We're not supposed to have one. What do you define as a public records index?
Exactly what's in subsection 5 of RCW 42.56.070.
Okay, yeah, well, our policy is that you can make a public records request by email or by mail, or you can make an appointment. So if you'd like to make an appointment to make that request, we would love for you to do that.
So you guys don't have open public hours?
No, we do. And our policy is that you make an appointment and you do it in front of the public records officer who is out of the office on a training this week.
There is nothing in statute, case law, or administrative code that says you have to make an appointment to do it. You can show up in person.
We have written...
Section 80. Policy doesn't override state law.
We have written policy.
Yeah, it doesn't override
that has
state
been
law.
reviewed.
All right, since the CEO of the Washington State Grain Commission is so confident about this, I want to be clear about something that I just showed you in RCW 4256-80 subsection 2. And that says, and I quote, agencies shall honor requests received in person during an agency's normal office hours or by mail or email for identifiable records. Or is a disjunction. It's one or the other. You could do it in person.
So if you'd like to make an appointment to make that request, we would love for you to do that.
Now, I get it. The CEO is not the public records officer, though she is the PRO's supervisor for records denial appeals, and is likely taking advice from the appointed Assistant Attorney General Counsel from the State AG's office. This brings attention to the inept legal skills of the Washington State Attorney General's office. How completely incompetent can a lawyer be here? Are they unable to read a paragraph in statute that compels agencies to do certain things? You're being robbed of your money by having a required tool that was intended to make your records requests quicker and easier. Don't take my word for it, though. Let's look at a lawyer. Don't take my word on it, though. Let's look at a lawyer who wrote an article about the Public Records Index for the Washington State Bar Association from the Administrative Law Section's e-newsletter in fall 2018, volume 35, number 4.
And we would love...
Who's your AAG?
I'm not going to disclose that.
You're not going to disclose who the Assistant Attorney General is for the Washington State Grain Commission?
There's multiple.
Yeah, which ones do you get advice from, though?
I'm not going to mention that.
Okay. Well, I'd like to submit an oral public records request then for who your AAG is
Okay.
for the Public Records Index. But you said you don't have one, right?
You can make a request for it and we will let you know if we have it. The records index is not something that actually exists. The records index is not something that actually exists. And if that's the case...
Well, since you guys want to be incalcitrant, let's do it this way. I'm going to request everything that is categorically identified in subsection 5 all the way back to either the inception of the Grain Commission or 1973, January 1st, which is whichever's earliest. That's how you guys want to do it. You can spend a ton of money complying with state law, or you can just comply with state law and do it the right way the first time.
We're not saying that we won't do it the right way with the first time. The records index is not something that actually exists. What we're saying is that we will follow our policy.
And so is it your position that policy overrides state law?
I did not say that.
Then why are you disregarding state law? Section
I'm not
5, subsection 5 is really clear. I mean, super clear. It's doing the whole ready thing. You read the words and it says you have to have it.
Well, here's the deal.
Okay, what's the deal?
You are talking down to me right now, and I am not going to stand for that.
Well, you're a servant, so that's what you do here.
I'm a public servant. I would really appreciate if you would specify that as a public servant, because when you say to a woman that she's a servant, that's not really what you're trying to say.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say is exactly what I meant.
What?
That you're a servant. You are a public servant, but you're still a servant.
Who is a servant?
You
Me
are.
as a woman is a servant to you?
No, as an employee.
Okay.
Quit trying to play all the ridiculous games here, okay? You're trying to turn this around because you, as the leader of this organization, have not complied with state law.
I haven't identified myself.
You guys unlawfully trespassed me for 3 days, knowing you didn't have the index to try to give yourselves cover to do that. There was no trespass last week at all.
You came here.
And you guys lied to police.
That's not true.
It's a false report.
We didn't make a report.
I did not piggyback off of a UPS truck or anyone else. I was invited to come in.
I know that.
Access granted.
And the fact that you are trying to intimidate us right now doesn't help.
If you think I'm committing a crime, call the police.
I didn't say that you were committing a crime.
Well, intimidation's a crime.
Have you ever shown your face on your videos and how you present to me as a woman in a fully female office?
You had a sign there the other day, which obviously you've taken down.
We took down.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take a photo?
Yes, here we go with the unnamed virus, for YouTube censorship, I have to put it that way, that apparently is so bad that they kept up the sign in their window for 3.5 years after it all ended. Seems like a pretty caring and concerned CEO. Yet, as soon as I show up wearing a gaiter that certainly complies with the sign they're asking me to wear, now they can get rid of it? So now the CEO is more worried about a journalist coming in and exposing the Public Records Act violations they're committing here at the Grain Commission than they are keeping their employees safe from viruses? You can't make this stuff up, people. The inconsistencies, the hypocrisy of these people. These are your public servants, everyone. You actually pay for this.
It's your First Amendment right just as much as it is mine.
Excellent. Thank you. And when you came the other day and you were told that the only person that was here was a brand new employee as a female, she was not the public records officer, and she asked for you to come back on Monday, which we've let you in today. And we are accepting your public record request. And you can request whatever you want, and we will review that. But we are not saying that we're not complying. We're not saying that we override state law. What we are doing is we are asking you to follow the policy, follow the procedure, which is published and has always been published on our website, and we will absolutely help you get the records that you are interested in.
Well, what I'll say is this. Some of the policies that you have conflict with state law. You absolutely, to a certain degree, can implement policy. However, you can't override state law. So Section 90 of the Records Act says you have to be open for inspection at least 30 hours a week, right? And people can come in during open hours.
With an appointment.
Ah, yes, making up rules hour. You have to love it. Now, in all fairness here again, the CEO is not a lawyer and is relying upon AAG Steve Scheel is seen here to provide advice. Now, this is disappointing because Mr. Scheel graduated from the University of Michigan, which is a T14 law school. It's a great law school. Yet, we're getting this kind of lowbrow kindergartner evaluation from a graduate of that school. All that is required, as can be seen again here in the shared statute, is to, well, read. Just read the words. Do the ready thing. That's all that's needed here. Yet AAG Steve Scheel can't or won't. This in effect has partially thrown the CEO under the bus, though I feel like she can read, and thus we find ourselves wondering, since she is the supervisor, the pro, why she can't puzzle her way through it either. This certainly doesn't take a law degree. It just takes basic reading skills. So yeah, I just don't have an answer. I can't report as to why this is happening.
There's nothing that says that. You can't restrict access to dictate to the citizens of this state how they come and go during open business hours to inspect things.
Well, that's
You're not the lords of the land.
You and I are not going to decide that today.
250 years ago, we got rid of the whole lords and nobles of the lands and all that kind of stuff. You may think yourself a countess or a duchess or whatever, but you are not. You're a servant. And the whole idea here is that you serve the public, as you correctly said, and you're violating state law by doing this. So I want to find out who the AAG is.
We are not violating state law.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
Well, that's fine.
So I'd like to get all records acknowledging who the AAG is for the Grain Commission.
Okay, well, here's the deal. You need to do it in writing.
Ooh, no. Subsection 2 of Section 80 says it can be done orally. There's no designated form. WAC 4414-03006 says you can do it in person and orally.
Okay, so since we are videoing,
Sure.
I will record your oral.
Yeah, absolutely. That is totally fine too.
And I'm going to do this, well, let me record this.
Sure. Is that your personal phone or a work phone?
It is both.
Okay. I'm going to request all the records from that too, in accordance with Nissen versus Pierce County from 2015.
That's fine. I'm very aware of that.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to make this clear. We're going to take your oral request.
Sure.
However, this is with the caveat that I'm going to check how our policy is written and check with the AAG. And if this is not in compliance with state law or our policies then I will contact you and you can do it via writing.
Well, let me tell you.
And I'm just doing the caveat because I'm trying to comply and be a public servant.
In that regard, I can appreciate where you're coming from. If you're just not aware of something, I can respect that, right? I mean, nobody knows everything.
Our public records officer is not here today, who I have already said that to you.
Yeah.
And so I am trying to serve you as a citizen.
Yeah, appreciate it.
As much as I can.
Okay. Yeah, no, and like I said, I can appreciate that. If you're not aware of something, you're not aware of something. I mean, that's everybody in this world, right? Nobody knows everything, so that's totally fine. What I'd like to request is, are you recording now?
I am.
Okay. I'd like to request all documents that indicate who the current and active AAG for the Washington State Grain Commission is. I'd also like to request categorically, even though you don't have an index, all the records that are categorically referred to in subsection 5 of section 70 of the Records Act, as if you did have an index, even though I understand you have stated to me that you don't have an index.
I have not stated that we don't have an index.
You said that right when I came in.
The records index is not something that actually exists. I have not stated that we don't have an index. The records index is not something that actually exists. I have not stated that we don't have an index. The records index is not something that actually exists. I have not stated that we don't have an index. The records index is not something that actually exists.
You don't have, you literally
We
said
don't have
that.
anything that's called an index, so I will need to check exactly what you.
Yeah, if you just go to 4250, I mean, if you want to look it up really quick, Google it up.
I don't.
425670 is really clear. Subsection 5, state agencies cannot exempt themselves. Local agencies can if they meet the criteria, and subsection 4A says this is how you do it. But state agencies
I don't
can't
need you
exempt
to
themselves.
tell me the policy. What I would like
Apparently
to do,
you do.
What I would like to do is take your request and we can go from there. But I will need to know how to contact you so that we can.
Yeah, the email address is anonymouscitizenwa@protonmail.com.
Can you repeat that?
Anonymous, regular spelling, citizen, regular spelling, WA@protonmail.com.
No dots, no nothing.
Yep, all lowercase, all one word.
Okay.
And that's it.
Nothing more specific?
That's about as specific as it's going to get, ma'am. I think when you have a full-throated conversation with the AAG, now granted they are kind of the C-D+ attorneys. They don't. That's why they don't work in the private sector usually. They go work for Pacifica Law Group afterwards. But hopefully this one might be just a regular C or maybe even a B- attorney, and we'll be able to help instruct you as to actually how the Records Act works. But that's my records request. So I just want to confirm, if any citizen comes to the Grain Commission in the future, it has to be by appointment. Is that accurate?
No. If you want to inspect records, it needs to be by appointment. You can come to the Grain Commission at any time like you just did and we let you in.
Great.
The reason you weren't let in last time is, one, again, the way that you are dressed right now is very intimidating. You were told that there was only one female here by herself. And so we do take safety priority over everything else.
And so was COVID a mortally terrifying thing for you when everyone was wearing masks? For checking my COVID watch for nearly 3 years, was that just an unbelievably terrifying time for you? Did you
I was not here.
You weren't. Whew, thank God. It really was terrible. I mean, come on, it makes no sense. Everyone knows people were walking around with masks.
So
now,
why
all
are
of a
you
sudden,
wearing a mask right now?
because you don't have privacy in public. And if you want to have privacy in public, you have to create your own privacy. I don't have the ability to go to you and dictate to you to turn your eyes away from me like I'm someone special. I'm not. I don't get to dictate to anyone that kind of thing. So if I want to create my privacy. And it's also to bring awareness to fusion centers, which is one of the most abusive things that law enforcement uses against citizens of not only our state, but our country. And so it's my way of thumbing my nose at fusion centers.
That doesn't have anything to do with us.
Absolutely has everything to do with all government. Because if you don't think that reports from the Grain Commission or anywhere else get collated and shepherdized by law enforcement fusion centers, you have had your head in the sand for many years. So those are the reasons. So anyways, I made my public records request, anonymous citizen wa@protonmail.com, and that's all I need.
Thank you.
All right, you have a great day.
You too.
All right, so there we go, clarification. They took down the mask sign that you can see right there, and they put up a partially unlawful sign over here for public records, as you can see. They're saying it has to be directed to the Commission's public records officer by mail. That's completely just fantasy novel writing right there. Makes no sense. There's nothing lawful in that. The Grain Commission is still being incalcitrant. Obviously, she doesn't like, I guess based on how she was talking to me, she doesn't like the fact that she's a servant, a public servant nonetheless, but a servant. And in my opinion, having worked this story for years now with state agencies and local agencies, this is just the Grain Commission, as you can see there, Grain Commission, just being incalcitrant. They've probably been off the radar for a lot of people, and it wasn't until recently when locals reached out and said, hey, we think they're out of compliance, because if you go to their website, it says you can find the public records index on the website, but Gosh, I know we're all shocked to hear this, but they didn't have it on the website.
The records index is not something that actually exists.
Why would she then say they don't have a public records index when their website, which also I put on the Internet Archive in case they try to delete that, why would they say that the website has the index which doesn't for something that they don't have?
You're a liar!
Sometimes grown-ups need to lie. It's hard to explain.
So that's going to be it here reporting today on the Grain Commission. Your guys' tips and leads were completely accurate about this place. The CEO is just, in my opinion, rude and abusive, minimally abusive, but nonetheless, that's my opinion. Although it does look like they're trying to come into compliance now, but you can see she doesn't know really much of anything at all about this. Hey, I got a quick question for you, man. Were you guys tasked to be here in case the big bad boogeyman journalist showed back up again? Because I noticed there was no security before.
No.
I got you. So it was just random parachute in this morning?
Yeah.
Sweet. Did you do a halo jump?
Yeah.
Nice. How was it up at 40,000? Little chilly?
Sure.
It's a little cold at 40,000 when you go do the halo jump. That's sweet. I didn't realize Allied Universal actually did do halo jumps nowadays.
We don't.
You could have just said actually we do, and it would have been way cooler, right? Then I could use some AI to like put a halo jumpsuit on you. It would have been sweet.
Sure.
You have a good day, all right? All right, so that's part of the story today. So we'll go finish the rest of it here soon. So we're gonna have to go follow up on the other stuff too. Hello.
Hello.
Need to talk to supervisor about an issue I had with 3 police officers the other day.
3 supervisor that you had. Okay. Let's see. Who should we talk to?
Oh, okay.
We need to get a supervisor here.
As long as one of the supervisors doesn't happen to be Sergeant Brooks, because that's one of the police officers I'm.
Sergeant who?
Brooks.
Okay.
Black guy?
Brooks?
Brooks.
Oh,
Yeah.
can't
So
hear you.
you want a different supervisor to come over here. Okay. Let's see. Let me get a hold of this badge.
Yeah, whenever that lieutenant gets out here, I don't want him to think that I've gone missing. So I've actually got a little bit of business back in the prosecuting attorney's office. So if they come looking for me, I'll be there or right here. If you don't mind letting them know.
All right. I'll let them know you're.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
County Prosecutors, this is Tammy.
Operate with you.
Sure.
Okay. And what's your question?
What do you want, sir?
I'm looking to inspect the index.
What?
I'm looking to inspect the public records index.
Ask if he's recording.
Are you recording
Yes.
right now?
Okay, go get the manager.
Okay, 1 second.
How's it going, sir? Do you have a question?
Yeah, looking to inspect the records index for the prosecuting attorney.
The records index?
Yep.
And specifically, what is that?
It's the public records index. It's mandated by the Public Records Act.
Okay. So what record specifically are you asking to look at?
Well, I would know better if I can look at the index. That's what the index is supposed to do. It lists a narrow cross-section of categorically identified records that are governmental, like management records basically, and like final orders, declaratory orders, that kind of stuff. So looking to inspect that so I can be more accurate in making my public records request.
Okay. So this is a law office. Obviously, most of the records we have contain criminal justice information. So those are police records, which are governed by federal statute. In terms of other public records, obviously anything that we file is in the open court file. So you can go to Spokane County Court Viewer and look at anything that's filed in a criminal case. So that's available to the public. The keeper of the court record is the Spokane County Clerk. So that's Mr. Tim Fitzgerald's office next door in the Superior Courthouse at the 3rd floor. So if you're looking for a specific case or information on a specific case, anything in that public court file is available to any member of the public, either they're at the desk or if they go on the Spokane County Court Viewer. So in terms of accessing the attorney's files, that's not going to be something you'll be able to do by coming into the front desk.
That's not what I asked for.
Okay. Okay. So,
This is an elected office, right?
yes.
Yeah. So since this is an executive branch government office separate from all other executive branch government offices, the Public Records Act mandates that this office create, maintain, and make available for inspection during open hours the Public Records Index.
Okay.
If you look in RCW 42.56.070 subsection 3, it lists all of the different things that you're supposed to have. Are you the prosecutor?
I am.
Okay. Yeah, if you're the elected prosecutor, then I need to see your index.
Okay. I appreciate your time. I'm waiting for a jury.
So you just watched that. Not a clerk, not a receptionist, not a deputy prosecutor, the actual prosecuting attorney for Spokane County. As you watched me as a journalist attempt to submit a public records request and requested the office's public records index, there was no effort to facilitate the request, no apparent referral to a public records officer, no attempt to provide the public records index. Every day, his office expects citizens to know the law, follow the law, and accept responsibility when they don't. Yet here he is committing crimes. RCW 40.16.010 makes that a felony, a Class C felony, in fact. You just watched the prosecutor commit a felony on camera. McCollum's administration has already drawn scrutiny over other aspects of the prosecutor's office. As reported on in the Investigate West report recently, that felony domestic violence cases declined for prosecution increased substantially after he took office. I'm going to quote veteran Spokane Police Sergeant Dave Adams, a Medal of Merit recipient and highly decorated former Academy Deputy Commander for Washington State, who described the change as, quote, a little bit of a shocker, end quote. Whether viewers agree with those charging decisions or not, the reporting has fueled broader public discussion about the office's leadership and accountability. No wonder you just watched him commit a felony on recording video and audio. Gosh, it's kind of a low bar. The Public Records Act exists because government records belong to the public. Okay, so that is the elected prosecutor.
You should probably just go, please.
Ma'am, I'm working on a news story.
Okay.
Please stop interfering. So the elected prosecutor, you just saw what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He's ma'am, I'm narrating. Just stop.
No, you don't. You should leave.
Ma'am, it's a public office. Stop. Behave.
Don't. Excuse me?
You heard me. Stop.
No, it's all right. I pushed the button.
So the publicly elected prosecuting attorney is refusing to abide by the Public Records Act and is violating state law pretty badly right now. So I'm going to make a public records request. Could I please get a public records request form?
We don't provide those. He told you where to go to get it.
So this county office is going to refuse a public records request?
I'm not refusing it. I'm telling you that you don't get it from us. You get it from the clerks where Preston told you to go.
I'm wanting records about the prosecuting
That's
attorney.
Exactly. So you go to record.
Ma'am, calm down.
No, it's okay. You deal with them.
De-escalate.
Deal with
Just
them.
stop.
No, deal with them.
Relax. I'm just looking to make a public records
And
request.
I'm telling you, you have to go where Preston told you to get the records request. You can deal with
Ma'am,
them.
the public records requests are made in...
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
how's it going, bud?
You should.
Good.
It's on the internet as well.
Here,
There's also
come on,
an
let's
online
talk about
Am
it.
I being trespassed?
Okay, no, we just want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk right now with you. I'm happy to talk with you guys in a minute. You guys seem like nice guys.
Yeah.
But the prosecuting attorney's breaking the law right now. He's violating the Public Records Act. They're refusing a public records request. That's official misconduct. No.
You can do it online
No,
too.
you can do it in person, orally. I'm going to make an oral public records request
You
here.
can't make an oral one. You have to fill out the form.
WAC 4414-03006 makes it very clear. So does 425680 subsection 2. If you actually had lawyers that could read and pass the bar, we'd probably not be in this position.
Okay. So there's the paperwork that's up front where you were earlier, and that's to do a public records request. That's how you do
You
it.
can do it in any office, bureau, commission, division, etc. So
Okay, well that's not the procedure that we
it is
have
according
here.
to state law.
Okay.
The county does not get to make up its own laws
Okay.
and do what it wants.
Well, I'm just telling you where the paperwork is if you want to get
I'm
that.
going to submit an oral public records request, which I'm allowed to do according to Section 80 of the Public Records Act.
Okay, well,
You guys can
like
shake
you
your
said-
hand all you want. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, I'll go get the paperwork for you.
If I'm just telling the prosecuting attorney's office right now, if by 5 o'clock you guys refuse this, the 7th Amendment's going to be an ugly, ugly thing. The 7th Amendment's one of the best ones out there. You guys don't get qualified immunity for that, so. So what I'm submitting is an oral public records request for all
At the end of the day, sir, we have business up here we gotta conduct.
all categorical
So it gets,
identified records of the public records index section. That's all I'm looking to get it. Need it sent to anonymous citizen WA at protonmail.com. Did you want to write that down? Because I've submitted it. All categorically identified records from RCW 425670, subsection 3, A through F. Sent to anonymous citizen WA at protonmail.com. Hey, deputy.
what's up?
I know you work with these guys. I get it. But they're literally committing a gross misdemeanor right now.
Well, I don't know that. I'm not aware of that.
Happy to show you. It's RCW 9A8010. They're violating my state rights according to statute 9A8010. It's official misconduct. They're officials. They're committing misconduct by violating my state rights.
Yeah. We'll have somebody come down and chat with you.
Okay, who's that going to be?
I don't know yet.
All right.
Okay.
Are you one of the attorneys here, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm recording it here now, but
Okay. All right. I think they close at 4. Yeah.
What are you saying?
Okay.
so what is going on, guys?
So here.
What is going on?
So look. So you can hang out if you want to hang out. Okay. So, but like they were saying, if they don't have the ability to do that for you, then
You know what is remarkable, guys? Seriously, I mean, you guys actually seem like nice guys, but if you just literally take a moment to hear what I'm saying, right? It's like, you know, if you know a crime's going on, I would hope you guys would investigate both sides, right? That's typically what you do, or 4 sides, or whatever it is, right? The Public Records Act is extremely clear. It's state law. The county doesn't just get to do whatever it wants. You guys don't get to go, oh, sorry, state legislature, we're in charge. We're going to tell you what to do. That's not how it works. Section 80 of the Public Records Act says you can go to any office, bureau, commission, division, etc. Okay? You can also make a records request by paper, email, fax, snail mail. You can also do the talkie thing. You can speak it and they have to take it. It's not an option. They don't get to just do whatever they want. It's not fantasy makeup the law day. It's outrageous that attorneys, and I get it, they're C-D+ attorneys, that's why they work for the government. But my point here is that they're violating the Public Records Act and they just committed a gross misdemeanor, literally on video and audio. If you go to RCW 9A.80.010, it's official misconduct. If they violate my rights at any level,
if you
it's a
want
gross
to,
misdemeanor.
what you can do is you can file a complaint through however I don't know, so it gets to be through the bar or what have you.
The bar doesn't come and arrest people. You guys have the magic bracelets.
Okay. Are you coming through here? Okay. All right. Why don't we step over here, just out of the way so she can come on.
So what are you guys doing though right now? I mean, what is the thing? Am I being trespassed or not?
No, I'm not being trespassed.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back in my office. I'm gonna conduct my work. I need to get a public records request done. I appreciate the fact that you guys at least are a lot more sensible. You're bringing a document and you're being helpful. I appreciate that. But at the end of the day, they just need to do the right thing.
We're not going to do anything. If he wants to be here, he can be here.
Okay, well, at 5 o'clock, he has
to leave. Yes, because it's a secure area. Yeah, but he's allowed to be. He's allowed to be.
You don't need to talk to me.
I do.
Can you tell him not to talk to me?
You're a servant.
It's not illegal.
This is ridiculous. I'm supposed to work while he records me.
Well, it's a public area. There's nothing I can do about that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it, but it's a public area.
What's your name, sir?
So
Figueroa. Thank you. I appreciate your professionalism.
So, sorry.
That's okay.
Just if he starts recording or he's
He
like
is
recording, well,
And he recorded me while I was on the phone. That's private stuff. I am talking about
This is an open. This is an open.
He shouldn't be able to
This is
record for
if
that.
this is an
But
open
he's doing
area.
it intentionally standing right there,
Okay.
holding his camera over my computer. This is.
Okay. Well, I can start a supervisor if you want to talk to them, but.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. I mean,
Whatever.
it's, I guess, close to time. I guess. Okay.
Appreciate your time, Figaro.
All right. Yep.
All right, ma'am, can we get this public records request done, please? Wow. So I want to like make it clear how outrageous this is. I submitted an oral public records request. They refused to accept it, and then it called those two sheriff's deputies to come over here in an attempt to have me removed. The prosecutor and the other attorney, I'm assuming, are so deficit in their knowledge of the law, of the First Amendment, that they think they can just refuse anything they want. They don't have to abide by State Records Act laws. They're violating that, and they refused the Public Records Act on video and audio. And that was the prosecuting attorney that refused that. So to the people that reach out to me, thank you, because you're absolutely correct. Your prosecuting attorney is breaking the law. And unfortunately, unless the sheriff's deputies are going to arrest him, there is nothing that can be done except for you, the voters, to vote him out. But that's pretty egregious, what you just saw there. And then this lady right here is acting extremely rude, brusque, attempting to be in charge of things that she's not in charge of.
You are so ridiculous.
Okay, so the prosecuting attorney failed. He refused a public records request on audio video. I am not going to publish this for at least 5 days because I want to make sure that the prosecuting attorney is 100% in violation. He's got 5 days to respond to that public records request in accordance with Section 520. I'm going to make sure he doesn't. Other than that, if you guys like my journalism, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that all notifications bell so you can get my stories right when released. You can follow me on X at I.A.M Auditing, on Facebook at Inland Auditing Media. And if you want to help keep my feet on the streets, you guys know what to do. You can go to the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next location. Bye for now.